Canadian Union of Postal Workers has announced a nationwide strike. This in response to sweeping changes Ottawa is ordering to make Canada Post financially viable.
So for more on this, let's bring in CUPW President Mark Lubinski. Mark, thanks so much for joining us this morning. This strike that happened yesterday, did you know that it was coming? And how are you feeling about the position you're in right now to continue to bargain?
Good morning, Nick and Jen. Thank you for having me this morning. No, I did not think today we would be on strike. The minister's announcement came as a surprise. The union was given no forewarning that he was going to make or announce these changes. The feeling at the workers is we've been attacked. It's not only the workers that have been attacked, it's the whole public post office has been attacked. The public likes door-to-door delivery. In a city such as Toronto, door-to-door delivery is, we want our parcels delivered to our homes and we want our mail delivered to our homes. So this attack on postal workers and on the postal system without any public consultation was totally unfair. And no, we did not foresee this happening yesterday.
Mark, you talk about wanting parcel delivery for sure. I think part of the problem is in society today, it seems most people want something for basically as little as they can pay for. And quite frankly, Canada Post seems to have lost that battle to the sort of Amazon or the quick distribution facilities, you know, these companies running around in these white trucks all through neighborhoods here. How can Canada Post even compete currently in this environment? I mean, I hear what you're fighting for, but the parcel side of things just seems to be like the eras have switched. The game has changed.
The only game, what has changed right now is that we had there's no contract. The Canada Post has not presented us an offer. We're waiting. We've been waiting for a long time. But hopefully it's coming on Monday. We're under labor disruption. It's been happening for the last year. Canada Post is the most effective, cheapest means to mail a parcel or a letter across Canada. That is, and it hasn't changed. The fact that we have these trucks, white trucks, parking all over your streets, breaking bylaws, breaking traffic laws. It's not what Canadians want. Yes, everyone wants it for as little as possible, but there is services that are valuable, including door-to-door delivery. The government gave the example, it's about a $50 difference to use a community mailbox instead of having it delivered to your door. Well, myself personally, for an extra $50, I'd rather have it delivered to my house, my parcels, my mail, instead of going to a community box. And, you know, living in a congested city of Toronto, you know, it's just going to be an eyesore for us. Something we're not used to, something we don't want, something I'm sure you yourself and Jen do not want.
Okay, Mark, and Canada Post says is kind of operating at a shortfall of about $438 million. If they do take away this parcel delivery, which they're proposing, what would that mean to postal workers exactly?
Well, they're not proposing taking away parcel delivery. What they're proposing is to create community mailboxes. The government has given them the rights to do this. This is what Canada Post has been asking. This is what the Kaplan inquiry proposed, but there had been no public consultation. It was just a meeting of the witnesses were the corporation and the union. Public input was not there. They had written submissions, which we don't know how much Mr. Kaplan put into those public letters that were sent there, but I don't think there was much done. But parcels will still be delivered by Canada Post and letter mail. The difference is the government is taking away that door-to-door delivery and the frequency that will be delivered, and they're giving Canada Post exactly what they want. But these losses that are being incurred every day, it's because Canada Post will not go to the table and give us a decent offer we can take to the membership and ratified by the membership. Postal workers want to be at work. They want a viable post office that works both for the public. And we want decent paying jobs, not only for us, but for all future workers. You know, these trying times in Canada, we need a public postal system. We're able to have trade within a small business, within Toronto, around the country, that we have this trade in mailing. A community mailbox is not the answer. Less frequency of mail delivery is not the answer. Canada Post coming to the table, offering a decent contract that is acceptable with decent jobs for Canadians is what is needed.
Okay, we'll see where these talks then, or when eventually they do happen, in fact, go. CUPW President Mark Lubinski, appreciate the time this morning. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.